Welcome back to the Hayley Osborne Show. I'm Hayley, and I help people position themselves in the market to get more high quality leads and inquiries into their business. That is what I do. If you didn't know that, that is exactly what I do. And this podcast is brought to you by Superhero Marketing, which is my membership, the best program helping you get clear on what marketing strategies and activities you need to do, giving you the biggest growth with the least amount of time and effort for your business. This is episode 77, and today I wanted to talk about how to nail your transformation promise like a superhero. And I wanted to talk about this because this is something that keeps on coming up and up and up with my private coaching clients and anyone that I work with that is new and anyone really in business, because this would have to be the hardest thing to do as a business, to come up with your transformation message. And I wanted to dedicate this podcast episode to it and talk about it because it's something that is really commonly asked of me to help people with. And so I thought that if I can address this to the wider forum, this might be able to help you as well, because I think this is definitely one of the hardest things to come up with as business owners, because when you are so close to your business, you can't see it anymore. And you don't know what you don't know. And, you do need to really see things for what they are and dig deep as to how you help people that you work with and what you do and the transformation that you provide. So as I cover this a lot, I thought, let's cover it in this episode because it might be able to just help you. So I wanted to start off by, what is a transformation message? So basically, I use a framework inside my business called MAPS. And this is how I start working with my one-on-one private coaching clients. This is what we go through in the membership. And the MAPS framework that I have developed, it basically stands for Market, Audience, Problem, and Solutions. So that is really how you break down addressing what your transformation message is. So if you have a think about it, what is the market? Who is the market that you are targeting, your target market? And then so they essentially are your audience. What is the problem that you solve? And what is the solution / transformation that you provide? And when you can answer all of those things, that then becomes your transformation message. Or you can even think about it as like your elevator pitch. So in me opening up this podcast episode in particular, I started off with what mine is, to help people position themselves in the market to get more high quality leads and inquiries into their business. That is what I do, and that is how I transform people's businesses and lives. And also to supplement that is the transformation message that I have for the membership. So I believe that it is the best program helping you get clear on what marketing strategies and activities you need to do, giving you the biggest growth with the least amount of time and effort for your business. They're mine. Okay, so feel free, don't copy them, but use them as examples, because no one likes a copycat, right? And we've all had it done to us, including me, which is not cool, but they're really good examples to go by to come up with your own. And so much so that you need to slap these on the mirror, yours on the mirror, and say it and say it and say it until you believe it, to the point where if you are at like a barbecue or a party or whatever it is, and somebody says, hey, what do you do? I don't just say, I'm a marketer, because that's essentially not exactly what I do, and nobody really understands that. It's the same as saying, oh, I'm in sales, or it's the same as saying I'm a copywriter. No, you are so much more than those things, and you need to dig deep on actually who you serve, the problem that you solve, and the transformation that you provide. So the transformation message is essentially your elevator pitch. Why do we need one? We need one so that as soon as people either associate with us, land on our website, stalk us, meet us at a networking event or at a Sunday barbecue, they know exactly what we do, and it opens up a whole conversation. Oh, okay, cool. How do you do that? And then you can go on to talk more about your business, but it is a conversation starter essentially, right? So we all need one so that we can be, number one, really clear within ourselves who it is that we help, what it is that we solve, and the transformation that we provide. So when you are clear on this message, everybody else in your world is clear as well. But essentially, if you can't articulate those things for yourself, how is anyone else supposed to know what you do? Right. And I get this time and time again as I move through the motions with the membership, and, I work with all different people, is that this is something that people find really hard to articulate. And I see it on social media all the time, guys. I look at so many businesses, and for the life of me, I don't know what some of the you guys, whoever's listening to this, I don't know what you do, because it's not articulated well across your digital footprints. So focus on this for an hour. If you haven't done it already, sit down and list out market, who your target market is, what is the problem that you solve, and what is the transformation that you provide. And that is your transformation message. And that is how you nail it like a superhero. Where should it live? It should live as soon as someone hits your website. It should live right at the top. It should live in the first fold, and it should be short and punchy and nail it within a sentence and a half. A sentence if you can. But as soon as people land there, they should know exactly if they're in the right place and if you can help them or if you can't. And it has to be punchy. It has to give off very, very clear messages. It can't be like, I help you get clear so you can live a life that you love. No, that is not something that is transformational or gives me the right impression about what you do at all. It's very vague and wishy-washy. People are getting smarter as consumers, and we can sniff bullshit a mile away, basically. So you need to do the work and come up with something that is really clever and that is exactly what you do. And don't forget that, in 2023, so as I'm recording this, and I could be wrong with these stats, but they're pretty right the last time I checked, that you have to serve somebody 22 times in their world before they'll even consider you in their repertoire. Okay, so that might be, okay, you do a couple of Instagram posts, a couple of Facebook posts, a couple of LinkedIn posts, you send out an email, you get on your stories, you go live, and all up, that's probably 22 times, depending on how many times you get on your Instagram stories and Facebook stories, whatever that looks like during the day. But that's 22 times before your ideal client even considers you in their repertoire, which is huge, right? So you want to be really clear on your transformation message. That is just the utmost of importance. And also, second to that, when we leave our homes every single day, we are served with a multitude of marketing messages. Okay, so you leave your house, there's like bus shelter ads, there's billboard ads, there's things on the side of the road with shop signs and all the rest of it. And that is also noise in people's lives from brands, right? So you have to essentially compete with so much noise. So the clearer you are, the better it is, and the more you set yourself up for success, because people know exactly how you can help them, what you do, and the transformation that you provide, which is really, really important. So where should it live? It should live, where I said, on your website, in the first fold. It should live on all of your digital footprints, every single place across your social media. It should be the same message, and you can spice it up and reiterate it and make it a little bit more like tailored for Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever it is, but just have it sing the same message. And guys, with that, I am going to wrap this episode up. I hope that you have enjoyed listening. If you have, feel free to leave me a review. It is amazing for my podcast if you do leave reviews. It makes it all worthwhile so I can bring you more goodness. And follow me over on Instagram at Hayley K Osborne. That is where I hang out the most. And I will catch you next week, guys. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this episode. If you have, hit subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes released every Tuesday. And while you're there, leave me a review. I would absolutely love to read it. Also, don't forget to tag me at Hayley K Osborne, HAYLEYK OSBORNE over on Instagram, and share this podcast with your audience so they can get learning too. If you want more, head over to hayleyosborne.com.au/podcast for today's show notes and links. I've also got an awesome free ebook, a new one, waiting for you on my website, The 10 Essentials Every Local Area Marketing Plan Needs. And I will catch you next week for another episode of The Hayley Osborne Show.